grew up. And I did my daughter. But I'm doing how great.
Oops. Okay, looks like I'm live on Facebook. Looking a little weird on there. I don't know why that looks like that. Live frozen. Oh. Sound being a little weird on there. Let me go back over.
So you can say you've done it.
Uh-oh. So there's the problem. Now I can't find my Zoom.
Come home, you get voice out. Gotta make them know that you're live now.
I am live. Yeah. Good morning, folks. Stacy, can you, whoops, see, I can't hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Say that again.
Yes.
Okay, this is weird. I don't know why I have a double mic. Okay. I don't know why I have a double mic. So Stacy, I have to turn my speaker off. So I can't hear you. If you need to talk to me, somebody's gonna have to
My princess has a princess.
you're gonna have to I guess come back on, try to do chat or text somebody here. Tell them to let me know. Why that's weird. Oh. Yeah, but if I do that, am I hearing myself double? Yeah, but if I do that, am I hearing myself double? Yep. Yeah, but if I do that, am I hearing? Not only that, I get oh, the Facebook must have the mic on. Hold on. That's the problem.
Yeah, we're getting used to that.
There we go. Okay, can somebody on Facebook verify that you can hear me on Facebook? Can somebody in here on Facebook verify that? Because I turned the speaker off on that. I was getting a echo. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. I still have to turn this off. Never had to do that on my settings. All right, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and start recording here. Good morning. Good morning. It is February. I cannot believe this. And people are still wandering in. We've got folks online. Let me make sure this is my Zoom meeting, and I am going to share my screen with you guys. See if I can get the right screen. Let's hope that's the right screen. It is. All right, we are ready for another monthly meeting. Just to start with though, who has had a great start to this year? Got a couple of hands up. I've seen some activity, some new communication, interest rates. Okay, they went up a little yesterday, but they've for the most part gone down a little bit. That's all good for us. All right, let's get started. Oh my gosh, we have some February birthdays, although I do have to say it's a smaller number than some of our other months. It's a smaller month. Guess there are three less days. Okay, I'll hand that to you. Let's see if I can do this with the slideshow this way.
There's no leap year.
Huh? On a yeah, leap year, yep. And Robert's not here today. Maybe he's online. Stacy, say hi to Robert if you talk to him. Okay, let's.
Only ages once every 4 years.
Yes, he ages once every 4 years.
I've never met somebody that.
Yeah. Let's see if I can do that. All right, this thing always makes it tough. Okay, we have a lot of people with anniversaries. I love this because this shows how many people have been here. I don't know where to put my little bar there. Wish it would go away. So February anniversaries, how many of you, let's see, do we have any of the 14, 13, 10? Any of you over 5 years here today? Yes. Congrats. Yeah, more than 5. Not this month. Okay. All right. Well, that's all right. But we've got we've got a lot of new folks here. Where is Hector? Where is Vaz? Are they hiding in the back?
He's in a meeting.
All right. So we've got the Unity group joined us a year ago. I did not know that was in February. So nice to see that. So time does fly. Abraham, you're here representing. Thank you. You get the kudos. Here, let's see if I can throw this back there. I don't know if I can do this. If I don't, it's a Nerf ball. There you go. No, yeah, I don't think so. How about Mahomes? Okay, let's see. Can we get through to the next? There we go. So believe it or not, we still had $1 million producers in January. Yes, it was a slightly slower month in terms of overall production, but you'll see where those numbers change in a little bit, but wanted to show off some of these cool folks here. Let me get rid of that. So we've got quite a few folks that did.
Joan Levinson is not up there?
She did not have a closing in January, so don't worry. She's got something in the works that's going to blow all of these out and be more than this amount of money. So trust me, Joan will be on the next one. So, it's interesting. If you look at this, we had 91 lives, right? And 42 million this month. December closed with 106 lives and $69 million. So don't let anybody tell you that we were not doing business in 2023, because we were. It was definitely a slower year, but we did pick up. And look, when we get to these other numbers, you're going to see, yes, January was a little slow, but you guys have been busy. Now, how many of you went to the summit? We got quite a few that went to the summit. Of those people that went, any comments? Can I get 2 words, 3 words from a couple of you? Was it a good event?
Awesome, inspiring.
Very inspiring. Mark?
Yeah, very informative, great speakers, good information, nice networking with other people.
Networking with other agents. How many of you met people from other states and other countries? Other country? Yeah, you met people from other countries. Lloyd, other countries? Yes. So as you can see, I'm all decked out. I even have my gold. By the way, these were a lifesaver. I want to tell you, Amazon goes right sometimes with a $30 pair of shoes that are the most comfortable shoes around. I was on my feet for I don't know how many hours. So it was very nice having comfortable shoes. But yes, we did have some fun stuff. I've got some other bags. We'll try and get these are from past conferences. So if some of you would like some of these, let me know. I pulled them out and thought, oh, let me share these with folks to get you excited. And you will see, guess what? Summit is not in Las Vegas anymore. They have changed to the East Coast. They are going to Miami. Any guesses why Miami?
It's internationally easier access.
Absolutely. How many know that we opened offices in Greece 2 weeks ago? Oh my gosh. Okay. You guys are not reading your newsletter. You're not reading this stuff from Realty One Group. Yes, Greece. They just opened in Greece. They are in line. I think the number is something like 50 more locations this year. We were again #1 in franchise owners last year. So that's 3 years in a row. We are still expanding, even in the midst when other real estate companies, especially in this state, are closing their brick and mortar locations. We are opening all around the world and all across the country. So keep an eye out for it. Just want to let you know, though, this is the time to do it. It's $555 until the 15th, which means that is Thursday. So give yourself a boost for next year. We'll talk about some way to perhaps fund that. I'll get to that in a little bit, but really that's something to keep in mind because it was an amazing opportunity. We had top producers at the top producers reception. They had an opportunity to meet people all around the world and set up referral opportunities to send people not from here, but also to have those folks send people to you. So, and obviously we had quite a few people there from Arizona, but great opportunity, a lot of activity from Miami. People are leaving Florida. Any guesses why they might be leaving Florida? Insurance and taxes. The insurance is going through the roof and property taxes are going through the roof. So there will be motion out of Florida. So being able to be there and meet people one-on-one is going to be critical. We don't have the dates yet. Sometime in the spring.
And you don't know the hotel yet?
No.
Okay. So
No, because if we knew the hotel, we'd know the date.
So one will pay for it now, but we will know dates later.
Yes, yes. And my understanding is they did refund. So if you did have to cancel, you would be able to get it back. So they were able to do that. All right, let's get to the numbers. So I did this side by side so you guys can compare what the slide looked like in December to this month. So in the middle, you'll see that I've given you a little bit of an update. Look, up, up, up. So we have sales price went up by almost 6,000. Yes, the sold numbers were down in December. That's not unusual. In fact, that is traditional. That is what we see every single year, year over year. December usually has less sold numbers. But look at how many went under contract in December. That number is huge. That jumped considerably, okay? 2,000 went under contract in December, okay? So days on, or I'm sorry, 2,000 more went under contract between our December meeting and our January meeting. That's the difference, 2,000 difference. Yes, days on market went up 6 days, not a big deal, right? Especially with your holidays, we often get a week shift there because of Christmas, New Year's, etc. Active and coming soon, up 848 from last month. Now, this side, just so you know, these numbers are year over year. So the sales price from last year was up 9.3. The solds were up 1.2. And yes, contracts were down 4.4. That's year over year, not month over month. The rest of this is month over month, just to make sure you see that difference. All right, and we can't see the top of that. How come this is not disappearing? We'll move it down here. I don't know why it usually disappears. Okay, we got people with chats here. What's going on? Yes, I went shopping. Okay. Thank you for liking my new shirt. I was looking at it before I went. Whoops. Okay. So, in the blue, just to distinguish, those are the numbers from last month, just so you can see that. And again, I repeated the numbers up, the 848, 2000, etc. So I've repeated those because this is the overall, when you just go into the MLS and click, what are the active listings, right? Now, let's dive into Maricopa County. Those are the numbers on the left here, where you see it says Maricopa County. So active 11,948, that was up only 377, not a big set of numbers. Where the big number shift is the UCB, CCBS, and pending. That was up 1,400 units. Sold, again, we were down a little bit in overall sold for Maricopa County. If you go down to the, well, look, it did disappear. Okay, leave it like that. So active listings were up just a little bit when you go to our 10-mile radius. What is much larger than it has been is the UCB, CCBS, and pending. Again, it's up 442. If you've been following these numbers have been maybe 100 units, maybe 60. I mean, they've been very small numbers. So to see something go up almost to 500 units in this 10-mile radius is a huge jump for us. So that is all good news. And yes, the very bottom number is down, but it's only down 44 units. So it's, again, not very much. And most of those numbers have been pretty small Oh, it's gonna make me click on here. Okay. Oh, I'll send you over there, Stacy. Oops. Hold on. See if I can go backwards. There we go. All right, this is the sheet you guys like to see. I have moved up last month's to here. This is this month's. Again, this is Maricopa all wide, right? And I'm not sure I changed those prices on the left, so don't look at those. So, because this actually dropped to $4.95. And then that's the median sales price, yes? Median sales price dropped to $4.95 from $500. Again, not a big drop, only 5,000. This only moved $10. Whoa, yay. I mean, it's that list price, is that right? Median list? Oh, medium comparable sales. Oops, no, list price, list price. So it changed all of $10. So again, we're playing pretty even here. Things are staying pretty calm. 3.89 months on the market. I don't really put much to that because it's the November, December, right? This is a 3-month period, including November, December, where we almost always stretch out the time on the market. So I'm not as concerned about that. My guess is that will probably show pretty traditional. If I look back over there when we started January, well, I don't get the December though. That would have been good to see. So I've tried to pull every single month so we can kind of compare it. And again, it's not, this is last month, it's not a huge shift. So, but a little bit of change. All right, 10-mile radius. Let's take a look at this. So here again, we have a $10 difference here. Not much difference there. Here's a huge jump, and I'm not quite sure why. I'm guessing Paradise Valley is the reason there. Because it jumped from $895 to $970. That's up $75,000. So I'm guessing that is our neighbors in actual Paradise Valley, right? Not here, because that's the only reason for that type of jump. We have seen new luxury listings go on the market, and of course, those are going to be at a different price point. So I think that's the only challenge when we do the 10-mile radius, because we have the rest of the area, and then we have Paradise Valley with some huge land and some huge prices on some of those homes. Any questions about these? Ready to get working? All right. I'm going to bring this up again. Please, 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 if you are online, if you are on any of these real estate forums, first of all, please do not talk about the litigation. Realty One Group is now in litigation or in a lawsuit. We're not in litigation, but we're named in a lawsuit. Please don't comment on those, just because that can be pulled and you can get called into court for something you've put online. So please remember that as you're deciding to comment on things. But also there have been posts about things about the Department of Real Estate and other things. Look, if you have a question, please call me. Let me find out the answer to you rather than thinking that something online is factual when it probably is not. So I know last month somebody said yes, they would help participate in our culture club. Ami is working on that with me. Please send me an email. People telling me things between here and there. I don't remember those. You're gonna do it? Awesome. Unity Group is in the house. Now I'm needing to cough here, but yes. So we want to do more things. Somebody brought up trying to do a book club. Somebody brought up wanting to do some other things. If you guys would like to do that, let me know. I just can't coordinate all those. I'm more than willing to help participate and make this space available. And if we've got interest, we want to get together. We did the Wine Wednesdays a lot since I started in June. And I can bring some of those back. We did a salsa competition. We did a chili competition, both of which, by the way, I really enjoyed. They were very good. So I hope that we'll continue doing some of those fun things. If there are things you would like to see and you can't participate, you can't help coordinate it, let me know what you'd like to see and we'll let everybody else know. How many of you are on our YouTube channel? How many of you have subscribed to our YouTube channel? Okay, please go subscribe. The more people we get on that subscription, the easier it is for us to find it. Again, we took Mandy's office meetings, Monday masterminds. We took those recordings and posted them there. We move my Monday masterminds and recordings up there usually within about a week. So if you missed something and want to go to it, I would go there. I'm going to show you where you can find some other things because some of our other brokers have recordings as well. If you want to go see Leah's from the Goodyear office, go look up Realty One Group Goodyear. She has done a really fantastic one on the buyer broker, which we'll talk about in just a few minutes. Are you ready? I got through my first part pretty well here. So we have a guest here today. Her name is Kathy Johnson, and I'm gonna have to do this to make sure I get you on camera. Come on over here. Whoops. I do want you to come over here. I don't know how to do this. Where'd it go? What happened? Oh, there we are. Okay, this is just so we can make sure you're in the picture. Okay, you'll see where you're there. So, you know, safety is one of the things we're all looking at as we expand into another year. We're always trying to watch what's going on with safety. One of the things that is done every year at the summit, we have a walk in honor of Beverly Carter for the Carter Foundation. For those that don't know, and boy, does anybody know how many years it's been? It's 8 years now that Beverly Carter was murdered in an open house. Jen, do you remember? How many years? Something like about 8. So we brought in Kathy here with Mugger Slugger. I've got a teenager. I don't know how many of you have teenagers that are out there. So this is something both for you and for your kids or for friends you might know, but I'll let Kathy explain.
All right. Good morning.
Morning.
Again, my name is Kathy. I am from Troy, Ohio.
Oh,
Anyone know where that is? No? Sometimes
Chili.
I have people go, I know where that is.
By Warren.
No, it's north of Dayton, Ohio. Just about 10 miles north of Dayton, Ohio.
They're friends.
Right. My husband and I own a condo in Chandler and have been wintering out here for the last 12 years or so. So we're pretty smart. But I am with a company called Mugger Slugger Defense Concepts. And we are the oldest company of its kind. We're over 35 years old. And we have been holding programs similar to what I'm holding for you this morning for all of those years for real estate companies. Our main goal is to teach you things that you can practice as daily habit in order to avoid having a problem while you're at a property to begin with. Things that will be on this protection tips for real estate agents checklist that I'll have Melissa send out to everyone so that you will get all of our tips and not just the few that I'm going to talk about this morning. First tip on my sheet is to be alert, be aware of your surroundings at all times. When you're walking to and from your car to a property or to this building, what do you need to be doing? You need to be off your cell phones before you get out of your car or off the cell phone before you leave this building to go out to your car. So you're paying attention. You know what's going on around your vehicle at all times. Be alert at all times. Let your office or family know where, when, and with whom your appointments will be and when you should return. Did you hear that? Someone needs to know where you are at all times. You know, Phoenix is a huge area, and I'm sure you go out many miles to show properties. Make sure somebody knows where you're headed at all times. A text message on your phone will work. Get a buddy system with someone here at the office or with your family. So you can just text and say, this is where I'm headed. And they're going to understand that when you leave that property, you're going to tell them, I left that property, I'm headed to this property. Somebody needs to know where you are at all the time. So if something were to happen to you, they would have, if they didn't know where you were at or where you had been, they wouldn't have the faintest clue where to start looking for you, would they? So make sure somebody knows where you're at all times. Don't hold an open house alone. I've been sharing this for probably 30 years. I still believe it's possible for you to bribe somebody, a coworker, a manager, a family member, if that's okay, to go to an open house with you. They don't have to do anything except sit there, read a book, read the Sunday paper, whatever they want to do, but they don't have to go show the property to anyone. Just be there to watch out for you. And that goes a long ways towards your safety. Develop a coded distress signal with your office. Do you have a coded distress signal?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Anybody know about one? Jim, did we have one? Set up years ago? No?
Okay. That does a lot of good, doesn't it?
We have one in Haverbrook, if you like called office and asked for like the Howard side.
Yeah,
Okay.
I forget what it was.
It was-
We had one
it was-
that also-
It was probably the red file.
Guess what that person's name
Yeah.
was?
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, we've been teaching for all these years, office, security or develop a coded distress signal, I'm sorry, coded distress signal that you can easily share by calling your office or a family member. And if you're in any kind of uncomfortable situation, you don't have to be in a death or die situation, okay? But you're in an uncomfortable situation. Somebody walks into an open house and you get the feeling they're not really there for the right reason, to see the property. This is what you want to do. You want to pull out your phone, you want to call the office or your family member, whoever you already have an arrangement with, and this is what you want to say. Hi, this is Kathy. Could you pull the red file on 123 ABC Street? I need some information about the kitchen or whatever, or another room. What have you done? You've told them you're in an uncomfortable situation. Could you pull the red file on the address where you are at, 123 ABC Street? I need some information about the kitchen. You've made an excuse about why you just called them. The person with you has no clue. You just gave them a coded distress signal, do they? Now, what does the person that answered the phone do? What red file? We don't have any red files, right? Everybody has to know what the coded distress signal is in order for this to work. So you've done your due diligence, you've called, they're going to ask you what?
What's wrong?
Well, okay, you're not going to be able to explain what's wrong.
That's what
Their
they're
first
gonna
question they should ask you is, do you need me to call the police? Any question they ask you needs to be a yes or no answer. Do you need me to call the police? No, it's fine. And the next question they should ask you is, do you want me or someone to come out to be at the property with you? Yes or no? If that's a possibility between you and whoever you're calling, then you can say yes or no. The other option is for them to stay on the line with you while you're showing this property with this potential customer that's come in, right? Okay, even if they have to hang up, you can still pretend you're on the phone and you can say, oh, Big Joe from our office is on his way here. He'll be here any minute.
Big boss.
Big boss, okay? The big boss is on his way here. Yeah. Now, what is this then? This is let them know or think that somebody is going to be pulling in the driveway any minute and gives you an excuse, them an excuse to leave before that person shows up, right? And hopefully that's what will happen. So in the meantime, you may want to let a prospect know or think that somebody's going to be showing up at any time. Also, whose car do you take when you go to show a property? Okay, your own, but ask them to follow you in their vehicle. With today's GPSs, there's no reason why somebody should not be able to follow you. Even if they get stuck at a light or something, they should be able to get to the property on their own. This gives you an opportunity to get to the property. And when you get there, there's two things that are not on my sheet of paper, so listen up. When you get there, the first thing you want to do is park on the street. Why? So you are not blocked into that property. Their car's not behind you or somebody else's car's is not behind you. You need to park on the street if that's possible. Okay, easy way out. Second thing that's not on my sheet is when you get to the property, ask them to stay in their car. If they're following you and they're right there, ask them ahead of time to stay in their car for just a few minutes while you open the property up. This gives you a time to go and get into the lockbox, get the key, whatever you have to do to get into the property without them standing over your shoulder watching you. And you also could go into the property make sure the lights are on, and check to know where all the doors are, where the back door is, et cetera. This should only take several minutes. And then you can go back and either wave them on in or go out and escort them in, whichever you agreed on ahead of time. That's a number one thing I think is extremely, I've had agents that have shared with me the last few years since I've been sharing this who have really appreciated doing that, because they always felt it's kind of strange having anybody stand over their shoulder, watching them open the box, and they're not sure what they're going into in the meantime. Where do you meet a first-time prospect?
Yeah.
At the office. If not, if that is absolutely not possible, meet them at a restaurant, meet them somewhere where there's other people around so that you can introduce yourself. But the best place for you to meet them is here at the office. You tell them, I need you to come to the office because I need to get some information from you. We think it's important for you when they come in the door and you've introduced yourselves to each other the first time, introduce them to 2 other people in this office. Why? Identification, that they know that 2 other people have met them, seen them, and could identify them should they give you any kind of problems. That's very, very important. Let potential buyers explore an area on their own with you walking behind them. Tell them to go right, turn left, go into this room, that room, whatever, but you're behind them. They go into the room. Where do you stand? In the hallway, at the door, in the hallway. Do not go in ahead of them where you will be boxed in. You should always be at the doorway, answering their questions from that doorway. And if you don't know an answer, tell them you'll find out, or you'll call somebody and find out and get back to them on that. Have a plan for personal self-defense and be prepared to use it. How many of you think that if you practice everything I just talked about to the best of your ability and all the things you're going to read on this checklist, you practice all those things to the best of your ability to keep yourself safe, but you were put into a position where you were going to have to physically defend your life? How many of you think you have a plan? Okay, that's a little more. 4, that's probably a little more than usual in a group this size, believe it or not. So that's good. Well, I could stand here and talk to you all day about all the things that are available, including guns and knives. I'll tell you now, I have my CCW. I believe in guns, but I do not, for myself, believe in carrying one for my personal self-defense. I just wouldn't feel comfortable. I've heard all the horror stories over the last 40 years. I know what can happen, what accidents have happened, and I choose not to carry it for my own, my personal daily protection. Now you break into my house, it's a whole different story. But for my personal daily protection, I choose something else. I could go over all the things that, reasons you should. You all know that you should have something on you that is convenient. Does that mean it's going to be in the bottom of your purse or in the car? No, it's going to be in your hand on your keys, right? Preferably, that's the best choice. It's going to be something that is legal to carry, so you don't have to have a license to carry it. And most of all, it's going to be where you need it at all times. It's going to be easy to use and easy to carry. What I want to share with you for the next few minutes is something called the Mugger Slugger. This is a keychain unit, our most popular unit of our OC pepper spray. And this isn't just your department store pepper spray or your even gun shop pepper spray in most cases. This is the highest, strongest law enforcement quality pepper spray that you can purchase anywhere. And we do not sell this in stores. You can only get it from our company. All you do to carry this is put your pinky through this ring right here. It's important because there are 3 finger notches on the side, and that fits in your hand very comfortably under the little lip here. By putting your finger through the key ring, it keeps it from falling easily, dropping it easily, or being pulled out of your hand easily. So that's really important. You get in the habit. And by doing that as well, you're not going to block the hole where this sprays out. So that's the most important reason. Pinky through here, 3 fingers there, under that lip, and you're ready to spray this. Carry this at your side, going to and from. This is non-lethal, causes absolutely no permanent damage whatsoever. If it's ever sprayed accidentally in a room, you have to air the room out, so don't spray it in the office, okay? Unless you're protecting yourself. You also, if it ever gets sprayed on someone, copious amounts of water, fresh air as fast as possible, and the effects wear off much quicker. In the meantime, when you're carrying this and you need to use this at all, the safety, this is my most popular design. This is my favorite design over almost 40 years that we've been in business. This has never sprayed in my purse. It's never sprayed in my husband's pocket. It is wonderful. All you do to spray it is reach your thumb right under the safety. This is your safety. Reach your thumb, slide your thumb right in there and press. And this will spray a good 10 to 12 feet. It's easily from me to you, 10 to 12 feet in a spray that starts to spread out the further it goes out. When it goes into their facial area, it'll drop them instantly for 30 to 45 minutes. 30 to 45 minutes. However, it causes no permanent damage, but that gives you time to get away, get help, call the police, and have them picked up. And that's what usually happens. There are 15 seconds of our pepper spray in here, not just 5 or 10 like the cheapy pepper sprays. And the pepper we use is not the red pepper that's on the cheapy ones you buy in the stores. If you look on the labels of most little key ring units that are for sale other places, you'll see it says red pepper. That is a cayenne pepper. Our pepper spray is made out of habanero pepper. Already 10 times hotter than cayenne to begin with, and then concentrated down to a 2 million Scoville heat unit rating. That's very, very hot. It only takes a 1-second spray of the 15-second sprays in here. But if you keep pushing on the button, it keeps spraying for multiple attackers, vicious dogs coming at you. It's equally effective on vicious animals, not just dogs, coyotes, any other animal you might, if they have a nose and eyes, it will work on them, okay? And what they're gonna do, the animal, especially the dogs, they usually turn tail and take off the other direction. And the coolest thing is I've had people who use this maybe in their neighborhoods, where they're walking the neighborhood and a dog comes rushing out at them and they spray it. It isn't gonna hurt the dog. It'll take a while for it to wear off. If the owner's there, you can tell them hose them down and it'll wear off faster. But the dog usually doesn't forget you. We have had report after report after report about that. That dogs don't forget you when they come running out at you. The next time you're walking down past their house, they're usually going to stop dead in their tracks and either leave you alone or take off running the other direction. They don't want to be sprayed again. Okay.
Like you said, people are down for like 45 minutes. Dogs just take off.
Yeah. Well, they usually take off yelping, you know, and if your dog ever gets, another thing, this is really cool. If you walk your own dog and your dog ever gets into a fight with another dog, happens all the time, spray them both. It'll break the fight up. Yes, your dog will be in pain for a little bit, but you can take your dog home and hose it down and the effects will wear off much faster. But by spraying your dog, you've broken up a fight, you've broken up the possibility of having to take your dog to the vet for stitches, which I've had to do. And I would much rather have had this and sprayed both of those dogs and didn't do it at that time. So carry it with you every time. If you're a walker, hiker, biker, jogger, or you have someone in your family who is, this is the perfect thing for them to carry in their hand. You can also Velcro this to a bicycle handlebars. You could Velcro it to anything else. You could put a strap on your wrist and put Velcro on there and Velcro it to that. So you have it with you all the time. Any questions? Yes.
So I do carry that.
Okay.
When I walk my dog, because I will kill for my dog.
Yep. Yes.
And many times it's a windy day. And I'm like, I think about
Okay.
this.
Yeah.
I think, oh,
Good.
okay, so something happens, some dog comes running out
Yep.
at my dog and the wind's blowing.
Yeah.
I know, I'm like,
Yeah.
no, this is not good. It's all gonna come on
Yeah.
me. So I'm like, the windy days maybe not so good.
Good question. I'm going to answer it. Could you go get those yellow sheets and start passing those out? I'm going to answer it. Most people always ask me, what about the wind? This is a very strong jet blast. The propellant we use is very strong. It's the best propellant that you can buy. It's used in asthma inhalers. It's the best propellant you can have. Nobody else uses this. And it's going to spray very hard and very strong. If the wind is going, and this is in case you're with a dog or you're actually spraying it on an attacker. Yes, you may get a little bit of it that comes back on you, but the person that gets it is going to be on the ground. Do you want to know what it does to another human? I don't think I told you that, did I? Okay, when you spray this into their face, it locks their eyes shut. They cannot see, it's temporary. Locks the eyes shut. They breathe it in, it swells the mucous membranes, which causes them to feel like they're choking. They cough, they sneeze, they fall to their knees, their face is on fire. They are in total agony, and that will go on for 30 to 45 minutes. Giving you time to get away can help call the police and have them picked up, which happens all the time. But you do want to get out of there. You don't want to go over and start kicking them and all this stuff. You want to get yourself out of there, call the police and have them come and pick up that attacker.
Not more than once, right? Just go get that one out and then you run.
Yeah. This will continue spraying for up to 15 seconds for multiple attackers. But if you let up on the button, it will stop. So let's say you've sprayed this at a neighbor dog and you know you only sprayed 2 or 3 seconds worth of it. You probably still have plenty. But if you spray this and you're not sure how long you sprayed it, because if you're spraying it on an attacker, I can tell you right now, you're going to empty this whole daggone thing before you realize that they're on the ground, they're in agony, and you need to get out of there. So if you ever have to use this to save your life and you let us know, we will replace this free of charge to you. No other company does that we're aware of. Okay, let's talk prices for just a minute and what I have. If you are interested, these are available today. I have plenty of product with me and more in my car that my husband can bring in. This is our single keychain unit. If you have a yellow sheet, look at that. What does it say? $30? If you have a pen, mark that out, put $25. If you only need one, that's a good deal for $25. We guarantee our product for a full 2 years. If you have had this for more than 2 years, and those of you that do have our product, I know yours are older than 2 years. So they need to be replaced. So, and you will get a replacement discount. Tell me that you have some, you don't have to have them with you today. I will trust your honesty, and you will get a bigger discount on the ones that you're replacing your own with, okay? But that's $25. Go down halfway on the page, down where it says sales tax, put a line through that. You're not going to pay any, I'm including it. The next price there says shipping, $12 or $12.50. You don't have to pay that, okay? So $25, get you one of these today. Go to the 3-pack with 2 lines down where it says 3-pack. If you need one for your mom, your sister, your husband, your wife, your best friend, your teenager, 3-pack may be a good pack for you. This has 3 keychain units. It's normally over $100 value with everything I'm including today. And your price is not what? What's it say? 80, 70, 75. Your price is 75 for 3. 70, I'm sorry. It says 75. You mark that out and put 70. So it's 1 for 25, 3 for 70. This package is our family pack. Go on down another line. The family pack has a his or hers and a home unit in it. This is our police unit. This is the unit we sell all over, especially in the Dayton, Ohio area, to police and security guards. We have security guards at our major hospitals in the Dayton, Ohio area, and this is what they carry. This unit sprays 20 feet versus 12. It sprays 6 times the volume the little one puts out. That's why it's a professional unit. This is the perfect for your home or office. You Velcro this under the desk, like at the front desk. Velcro this by your front door, or Velcro this to your nightstand on the side where you know exactly where to reach for it should you need it. We have had cases where people have had this in their bedrooms, heard an intruder come into the other end of the house, and have opened their bedroom door, sprayed this down the hallway, closed their bedroom door, put a blanket underneath so it won't come into you, and then called the police. That is going to prevent an attacker from wanting to come down that hallway to get to you. So it's very, very special. That unit sells $40 by itself. You get two $30 units in here. So that's $100 plus sales tax, shipping, and the extras I'm gonna give you. That says what, $80? Mark that out, and put 75. That's $120 value with everything I'm gonna include today. I have one more package.
Good question.
Yes,
You're saying you're gonna actually do that down the hallway.
Mhm.
That is going to actually permeate right there when they're walking through, even though it's sprayed it, and it might be.
right down the hallway. They're gonna, if they come anywhere down that hallway over the next few minutes, they're going to get some of that in it. And they're not gonna, they'll start coughing and gagging, and they're gonna want to turn around and go the other way.
And then after that's all over and
Yeah.
run, please don't ever, you have to wipe down your walls.
I would just air your house out, open the windows, doors, and air the place out once they've left.
That's the best time you're gonna be happy to wipe down some walls.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, you see where it says promotional offer? This is your best deal, and you know what tomorrow is? Valentine's Day. This is your best deal. If you've got other people, even clients. I have agents all over the country who are buying these and giving them to their clients as a gift. And it's not welcome to the neighborhood. It is, I care about you. Crap happens anywhere you live and shop. And I want you to have one of these for your protection. I'll tell you, I've had clients that have called that have thanked me and said, my agent gave me one of these. I want to get one for my other family members. And I think it was the most caring gift they could have given me. One more special promotional offer. You can purchase 1 3-pack and 1 family pack, or 2 of either one of these today for only $109. $109 will get you all of this. 2 of these, or 1 of each today. One more thing. For your keychain units today, I'm going to give you a free gift, not only your sales tax and shipping, but a free gift, and it's called a detachable key release. This little gadget is so handy. I love it. If you have your keys on this, but you need to separate them for valet parking, or you separate them and put a house key up here so you don't have to carry all the other keys on this to go for a walk or a hike. This little gadget here is a $3 value. It's called a key release. You get one for every keychain unit you buy today, free. So that's included. If you want to purchase today, you can see me as soon as you're done today. Cash, check, or charge. Charge is a place on your form to fill that out. If you'll fill that out ahead of time, if possible, that would be very helpful. I usually use Square, but for some reason my Square is not working this morning. So that information, as soon as I've given it to the office, that form will be shredded. I have a shredder in my home and I shred all those forms. Okay? Yep. One more question.
Okay, a question for Melissa. I was thinking something about like the field carrying permit and, I don't carry while I'm working, but is that related, like you sell different items to our,
No.
no
No.
insurance? Like, somebody was saying like if you carry like self-defense stuff, may not be covered, there's some coverages for your self-defense, you know?
Well, E&O is only on errors and omissions,
That's what I
so it
thought.
has nothing to do with either of them.
No self-defense thing.
No,
Okay,
we
that's
do
what
not
I
have to have a license or permit in the state of Arizona for
You
this
don't
stuff.
need to see.
No.
No, you don't need to do that.
We don't either
And
anymore.
then my, what's your name again? Kathy, thank you. So you keep saying Velcro, but I had this diaper bag when my son was young.
Yep.
That Velcro shut. Oh my God, I was scared to open that thing every time he was asleep, and I was like, please don't wake up, you know what I'm saying? So you should change your whole thing to say magnet, like maybe magnet it on the nightstand.
Okay.
So if someone's breaking my house, I don't want to be like.
That's a good idea.
It's a great point. Thank you.
All right.
Put a water over.
Yeah, they have that now.
All right. So how many of you have renewed your dues? Look at that. We've got some stragglers out there. Last week, I had to sever 2 people because they had not paid their Phoenix Association dues, which were due on the 6th. I was out of town, so I didn't take care of it by then, but as soon as I got back, I was told I had to get them off of our list. And there are two reasons for that. One is that the association can shut us down. Actually, not us, but all the other realtors that are with that association in our office, they can shut all of your accounts down if we don't shut off that other individual that has not paid. So please, please, if any of you have not paid your WeServe or your Scottsdale dues, please take care of that, because those are due by, I think, the 20th and 21st. Otherwise, I do have to take those off of there. Now, I don't know how to, oh, there we go. Remove all that. How many of you are good question here. And the winner gets one of our little epic footballs. I'm not sure I'll try showing this. This was from the summit. How many times do I send out on a regular basis in a week, a newsletter or an email blast, if you will? 2 times a week. Tell me when.
In the middle of the week,
That is correct. So I send out a Sunday one that is huge. It has everything in it. If you are not going down to the bottom, it says click here because there's more below. Please open that up. Wednesdays, I send out a reminder of what is coming for the rest of the week and the beginning of the following week. Okay. And I highlight one of our affiliates in that. So in case you're not opening that Sunday one where all of the affiliates are on the bottom, I make sure that they're highlighted so you get to see who our wonderful affiliates are. And then on Mondays, because we do the Monday Mastermind, we send out a quick reminder around 8 or 8:30 in the morning with that link in case you're running late and need to know how do I jump onto that Monday Mastermind. That is in there. So it is actually 3 times a week. And I believe you were the one that finally came up with the 3 times a week. Look at that. Okay, so how many of you noticed this new calendar on Sundays that started 2 weeks ago? Does anybody read the top of that? Who is on this calendar? Scottsdale, North Scottsdale, and Paradise Valley, because we are combining to make sure you have one CE class provided every other month. You will find a CE class on here. You will find a variety of lunch and learns. Who knows when the first lunch and learn is?
Thursday.
With Jim, who is back there. That is correct. Give her a gold bag. Who wanted a gold bag? Who wants to go? Get past that to Joni. You can have a gold bag. All right. So I'm going to jump this around just a little bit. We have our Wednesdays. You have access to Waking Up to Win. For those that were not at the summit, if you are not watching some of these and peeking into these, they are incredible presenters from all across the country. Real estate news, leadership, team building, coaching. You never know what you're going to get on those. And then rev ups every single Friday, unless it's a holiday. We have 1 or 2 classes every single Friday. These are not just for brand new agents. These are for anybody that wants to step up their game, polish up their business plan, make sure they're doing what they need to keep their business going. And there you go, Jim back there. He's going to give us a forms update because Jim is on AAR and he's going to be talking about forms. Are you coming up here to pitch that? Okay, you can come up and pitch that. You just have to be quick. I know, and then you're gonna run.
Hello, shirt looks great.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, so we'll talk about a few of these things tomorrow, especially when it comes to the buyer broker agreement. I know you always put me right here. Am I here?
We'll keep him placed. You're there. You're good.
I'm a rambler.
Oh, is
though.
his head being cut off? I don't know. I'll find out.
I'm too tall. I'm never too tall.
Yeah, for me you are. There you go.
Thank you, Melissa. I feel much taller already. So anyway, the ready form has been sent out for approval and it's
What the ready form is?
Sorry.
Agency. There you go.
real estate agency and election form and disclosure and election form. Let's get the D in there somewhere. So that's set for approval. It took a couple of revisions in order to get it done. Basically, the things that you'll notice are, it's now 2 pages. Yeah, what we can say in 1, let's make it 2, which is part of it. And then we just set up the the couple of sentences that we've added to it. First sentence says, compensation paid by buyer or seller to their broker is always negotiable, and the amount chosen shall be documented, after discussion with the listing agent. And the flip side, so if you got the buy side of it, it's also going to say the same thing. And it also tells the seller, in the event you enter into a listing agreement, decide the amount you're going to pay the buyer broker is also negotiable. So it just sets it up for both of them a little bit better.
And you're gonna come watch this on Thursday and come have lunch. So let me know, because you need to RSVP, because we're picking up lunch for you. And Jim's gonna go in more detail.
Yeah, and then the other part is going to be about the buyer broker agreement and giving me some feedback as to which parts of the currently being considered changes you think are important. Because there's so many pieces to the buyer broker. For example, the current form says, you write in the amount of compensation and you say that you, as the buyer broker, are going to get the difference, even if it's greater. It's an old form. Now I would consider that to be a bit of a breach of fiduciary duties. And so that's going to be spelled out a little bit differently. And you're going to have a bunch of what ifs. So we're considering forms from half a dozen or more states. And we're choosing the best of in order to modify the buyer broker agreement. I'm adamant that we're not going to go to 4 pages, but I can't promise anything.
Please.
God, oh my God.
Hey, before you go, I know, it took me a couple of years in the industry to even learn about this, but anybody in this room can be a part of the loop, right? Where you get a copy, an email of when they're gonna change any forms, and you can look it over and you can write out, hey, this is kind of how it works, like, do you think this wording is better or something? You can give your input, or you can just see the form and not give any input and know something's coming. But I can't remember, who you would email now.
Just email Jan at ArizonaRealtors.com.
Janet.
Yeah, Stewart, who's the contact point.
Is it Jan at, or is it Jan Stewart?
Just Jan, Jan Stus.
Jan at
But
At
all you have to say is,
AAR.
I want to be part of it.
Here's what we're gonna do, we're going to, I'm gonna give that to Melissa, and she's gonna put it in. Keep below the click in, so just make.
Yeah, you gotta click below so you get that bit of advice. There you go. Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, last time for the ready form, we had 17 pages of comments and we considered that something meeting. And it was valuable input because, a lot of folks when they saw it the first time had significant heartburn over the sole choice, the seller in their sole discretion has to, gonna get in there. You don't see that in the.
And just as a reminder, even with this addition to the ready form, it is not a contract from employment. So you still need to do your ER and your buyer broker. If you want to have a contract with that buyer, you have to do a buyer broker agreement. Otherwise, the ready form does not replace that as a agreement to actually be employed by the buyer. It's not an employment agreement.
And it doesn't establish any compensation to be paid.
Correct.
In the event you end up with a property that, by the way, I'm not in the. In the event, you end up with a property that isn't offering compensation. And last time I heard there was over 100 properties in the Arizona with regional compensation being 0. You really don't want to find out how to change the compensation if you end up with the property that is offered 0 and your buyers happen to like it. It's a tough conversation to have. In fact, you really need to.
You need to have it in advance, folks.
Just a quick question, not to take much of time, but what's a AR contingency plan in case this gets out of hand as far as, let's say we have 30% of listings in 0 compensation? There.
So it's about 8 pages. Okay, because regardless of how many listings turn out to be 0, it's a function of the buyer broker is going to get paid because of the value they bring, because of the transaction, because of the education. And so in the event that they have a property that discussion, my prediction is you're going to have that problem from up one, and you're either out of the market, right? Because you decide that you don't want to have it again, but you're going to take a step to fix that. Sort of like when we were in the contract revision, purchase contract revision, and we set up and we added the check boxes for washer, dryer, and refrigerator.
And, it's not in the listing, it's not offered in the listing, but our broker checks those three boxes and you as the listing agent don't notice it. And therefore you're buying, washer, dryer, and refrigerator. So that mistake, it only happens once by that listing agent. Because that's a form that all of a sudden rises to the top of the list. And I think the compensation is going to be the same. But think about where we're at. The fact that there's only 100 kind of shows that it's not a tidal wave of movement towards zero. Most sellers, when they put their property on the market, want to do what? They want to sell their home. And they understand that offering compensation is an expense. And, and therefore they maximize what it takes to, or they offer an incentive that's going to, it takes enough to get people in.
And I'm gonna plug the event for tomorrow. Please come here, Jim. Please, I'm sorry, Thursday. Thank you. The event's on Thursday. Please RSVP so I can get lunch. We will be upstairs in Rock Title's meeting room. So I'm
Yeah, it's in the building.
well, it's in the building. Yeah, we're going upstairs.
When I was
We have
here,
it held for it, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will get that fixed. That it is upstairs. We know we.
Different elevation.
Yeah, yeah, different elevation. Just come on upstairs. All right. Thank you, Jim. Okay, so another cool event coming up. How many of you know what a GIF is? A GIF, however you want to pronounce it. Okay, only 2 or 3 of you. How many of you are doing social media?
For 100 years it was GIF, and now all of a sudden the new generation is calling it a GIF because they keep renaming everything.
Yeah. So it doesn't really matter how you pronounce it. It's the little thing that moves. If you want to look like this, you can get a little video of you doing this, so you can then put that in your social media, in your little, you could do it in replies, you can put it all sorts of different places. How many of you, when it's somebody's birthday, go look for that little thing with a little birthday meme? That is a GIF, okay? You can pop that in there. You can create custom ones with you in them. And that's what this event is on the 22nd. It is at the North Scottsdale office. How many of you know where the North Scottsdale office is? How many of you know where the Phoenix Open is? Okay, so we're so glad this was not done at the same time as the Phoenix Open, because you would never have gotten there. You actually can't get through to that parking lot without a permit during the Phoenix Open. So it's after the Open, it's the 22nd. So please, if you're going to go to it, I believe they are doing there is an RSVP on the newsletter you need to click on so that they know you're coming.
So a lot of times they'll do like 5 videos for you. I've done it in the past. So if you bring your just sold sign.
I want that key.
You can take my key to the thing. You can take the key over.
Change your jacket, or something.
If somebody will bring the key back, you can take the key with you.
You know you're gonna put it in social media, and you wanna do this, like point to it, or this.
Right.
Or the just sold sign and going like this. It grabs attention to your social.
Yeah, it's
media.
moving. It has action to it.
Your clients all want to dance.
I want to see the TikTok of this office. That's what I want to see. All right, folks, I'm going to bring it back because I'm running late here. If you are not aware of all the opportunities for education here and learning new tools and tricks, please look not only at my newsletter, but go on to Rock University. We are so blessed with the training opportunities that Rock Title provides us through Justin, who is now the VP of Sales and Training for Arizona and Nevada. So every Thursday you have the Realty One Group orientation. On Mondays, you have the Realty One Suite training. That is to set up your own website. You get a free website from us, folks, and you have a free CRM. This helps set that up. We've already passed this event, but did you know that that was recorded? If anybody would like to listen to Kathy, who was the broker that was talking here on the buyer broker agreement strategies, you can go under your Rock University. If you are a VIP, and if you're not, sign up for it. You have access to that. Scroll all the way down and it will show you videos of the past events where they've had special guests. on the 15th from, let's see, at 1 o'clock Arizona time, we have how to execute a proper open house in 2024. Vaz, they didn't call you. I'm really upset. So I don't know who's doing this. So we'll have to watch it and then tell them we need to give you a
We're gonna have
call.
to challenge that.
You have to challenge that one. For those of you that are doing some of your own design work, if you do not know how to use Canva, this is the class for you. It is Mastering Canva for Real Estate Professionals. You can use free Canva and have so many things that you can pull in from our creative design studio, from Rock Title. So please take advantage of that. Show your unique abilities to your clients. Get that out there. Here is your free CE class for, let's see, this is February 29th. One of our affiliates here, Epic Lending, this is Ricky Camus is providing the AZ prequal letter and the agent. It is a CE class on contract law. This one will be located over in the Scottsdale office. That is the Hayden and Via de Ventura that I refer to it as McCormick Ranch if you're not familiar with the area. So hopefully some of you will want to attend that. Again, that is a free class. I do not know if you have a calling thing. I meant to ask you. Do you have a call night?
Yes, for the first week of the month.
Next month? Okay, we'll get that out there later. Anybody calling for your 1099, please don't call me. I cannot open up your 1099s. They are in the system. They are in the zone. You can go in and log in and get them, but they were also already mailed out. If you've not received them, please go to accounting@realtyonegroup.com. Email them. I'm not allowed to have access to your 1099s, folks. I don't want access. I don't have your social security numbers. This is up to you. Now, we talked about this. So we talked about this last month. If you're looking for a way to pay for that summit next year, this is real. I've talked to a couple of people that have done it. I have talked to my own CPA. He will not do it for me. So I'm about to go on to this website link that we had before and put this in because the deadline is April of this year. My CPA said I do actually qualify, but he won't run it because he's not familiar with the specific claim forms. So
Well, you know, we were talking about this. Did you find out if that is different than?
it is totally different.
It is?
It is totally different. It's federal. Has nothing to do with the state of Arizona. It is federal. And again, my CPA looked at my file. He looked at the thing and he said, you probably do qualify, but we are not comfortable doing it because we're not familiar with it. So this is a tax credit for paid leave under the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021. It expires in April. It has been in my past newsletters. You can back up and click through. Here is the caveat. This company is going to charge you 20% of whatever they get for you in the refund. So be aware of that. But I figure I'd rather have 80% than 0. So I will let you know what happens. I'm going to work on that this week. You need to go back. There you go. You need to look in the newsletter because you're going to want the link that's in there. So that claim your funds today is a click through to their system. You have to put in your have your tax filings for 2020 and 2021. I think 19, 20, and 21, you need those 3 tax returns to be able to file this. Okay. How many of you knew if you referred 3 people here, you get a free year, no monthly fees? Melissa, you are almost there. We need 1 more. For those that don't remember, Melissa Gasper has rejoined Realty One Group. Thank you. Welcome back. We're thrilled with that. And she brought in a couple of folks with her. She saw the light. That's right.
I saw the light. I was like, I saw the lion.
Barb, here, I'll let you throw the other epic football out.
Can't miss that picture, right?
Nope.
I gotta get this.
And I probably have to raise this up. I can't even see.
So we
that
have these
thing.
little footballs at Summit, and I got mine signed by Brian Urlacher from the Bears.
Did you really?
I had no idea he was gonna be there. And unfortunately, I'm a Bears fan from Chicago. I mean, it's pretty sad, right? But Barb Spitzak, with Epic Lending, we were at Summit last week. It was awesome. Next year is our 20-year anniversary. So everybody should go. It's gonna be in Miami. There was a lot to learn, great breakout sessions. I learned so much on AI, mind blowing, really. But as far as rates, they went up a little bit today. The CPI report came out, Consumer Price Index, and the inflation didn't go down as much as they had anticipated. So rates went up about an 8 today. So I'm hoping they come down after Thursday's report on jobs, because I have a couple of people that have been floating, which is not so great. But they're still right around that 7 mark for conventional, 6.25-ish for FHA and VA. I just had a closing today for another FHA where they were able to get a great rate, 5.99, 1-0 buy down, 4.99 for the first year. And they only had to come in with their minimum down because they had a family member that gave them a gift and they had concessions. So it's a pretty fantastic story, and it was just by chance. One of my charities, I just happened to be chatting about a loan, and she heard me, and she's like, "Oh, I'm a realtor as well," and her brother was trying to buy. So it was great. I mean, those are the stories I love, helping people get into homes for less than they anticipated, and we do anticipate rates to be coming down by the end of this year. So even if they're on the fence, we have our rate rebound program that allows them to refinance numerous times within the 5 years, with no lender fees and $1,000 towards title. So it really gets people off the fence. It's really helped my people for the rate rebound, and also the 1-0 buy down has helped people get off that fence. So if you guys have any questions on marketing materials, scenarios, I'm always available. My information's right there. Melissa knows how to reach me. I'm sure you're getting my market movements on Monday. If you're not, let me know, and I'm happy to add you to that email list. Does anyone have any questions about lending right now? Bumble. Well, thank you all, and have a wonderful week.
Awesome. Thank you, Barb. Okay, you can give that to somebody. Okay, Derek. From American Home Shield. Uh-oh.
Good morning, everybody. I always love giving things away, so we'll start off with the 2 candles. Everything I touch turns to sold. For those of you that have smelled it, it is wonderful. So, usually I go real estate questions. Today we're gonna do some trivia about your fearless leader. So, what real estate company did Melissa start at?
Dan Schwartz.
Dan Schwartz.
Sorry, I just called it out.
So it all depends on who's in the crowd, whether they'll know
Yes.
these answers.
What state job did Melissa work at after running or returning to running back to Arizona?
Something with the city of Los Angeles.
Well, no, but in Arizona.
Oh, in
No,
Arizona.
State of Arizona.
Tell me that too, sorry.
Yeah,
ASU.
there we go.
ASU Public Events. I worked for the folks that run Damage, but I ran the Thunder
Absolutely.
for 7 years.
So moving on to home warranties, I know that's why we're all here.
That's right.
But so I've had a few questions from some of you that have had clients. They're just not sure which warranty, because we have 3 different plans. So sometimes it'd be the case where it's a fully updated house. Maybe you don't need all the bells and whistles. So just wanted to kind of hit on each warranty plan. Shield Essential. This is for your low budget and covering made items, HVAC, plumbing, ductwork, electrical, water heaters, and a few additional items. So recently renovated with new appliances, new HVAC. Shield Plus is our middle plan, usually very beneficial for condos and townhomes where they need appliances covered, but they don't need roof leak protection and they don't need some of the other, again, bells and whistles. Shield Complete is our top tier, most common when it's older appliances, more expensive appliances that need increased coverage limits, or maybe older HVAC that still needs like the unlimited refrigerant, Freon, et cetera. Plus it includes a free HVAC tune-up. But all 3 plans do cover $15,000 per HVAC system. So especially in Paradise Valley, you might have a client with 4 or 5 different HVAC systems. It is $15,000 per system. So definitely something to keep in mind there. And then I've got the plans and pricing over there, but if you want, you can always shoot me a note and I can get you digital copies as well. Thank you for having me.
Questions?
And great job on the trivia.
That's
I'm
impressive.
impressed.
All right. And look, I think we have some more giveaways here. I'm gonna get rid of this. You guys want to come up? I think we've got Roberta and Art.
Can I change my?
You want rock title?
Yes, the answer is yes. You
Yes.
love rock title. Let me answer that for you.
Oh, forgot we.
She likes her gold. You can give these away, yeah, look, I've got that, you can give that, you can give your rock title, yeah, sure.
I'm Roberta with rock title.
And I'm Art. With rock title.
For those that were not here on Monday, they did an amazing Monday mastermind on how to, well. Ownership and how people sign.
How to have your contract properly signed depending on entity or estate or trust.
It'll be available on our website here, on our YouTube channel later this week. It really, really incredible.
And if there are any classes you guys specifically want, just let us know. Between Art and Debbie upstairs and we have 107 years of experience. So one of the three of us will know what we're talking about.
Yeah, we look forward to working with you. I'm bilingual. My assistant, she's bilingual. She has a very, very strong title background, which I don't know if you guys know the difference between title and escrow.
Big
But
difference.
title mainly deals with the property, easements, a property line, surveys, you know, you name it with the land. The old school escrow officers dabbled in title to assist the title officers when we were handling. Nowadays, they don't teach it anymore. So there's things that we know on the title end that we can actually take care of before we actually have to go to title and disturb the actual title officers on it. But title is different than escrow. We handle both. We have a lot of knowledge in the title part of it as well as the escrow part of it. So, you know, we've been doing this a long time, and Debbie used to work in Yuma, so she has a lot of knowledge of title because she used to do a lot of the farm stuff, the vacant land that was going to residential and that kind of stuff. So, and in Arizona, pretty much title is the same regardless what county.
How many of you are looking and hearing about wraps or what's the other word?
For sale.
Agreement for seller
Subject
Seller financing,
to.
yeah.
So Art has a whole packet of materials that actually have been reviewed by Ron Copus, who's our designated broker. We have yet to get legal to actually give their full blessing, but Ron has read all of the materials and has said that these are in good standing, but we haven't gotten legal counsel to legal.
Are you able to talk for a minute about receivable loans?
Well, that's a little different.
Yes,
What-
because I've had one or two prospects and they basically want, and there is an MLS where they're clearly written, buyer can assume a loan at 2.3%. So
But that's not title.
No,
that would be
that's
lending.
mortgage.
That's
The
That'd be if you're actually assuming that person's loan, that'd be through the mortgage company. Yeah.
and from what I'm hearing, and I had one previously that they're taking about 6 months because the existing mortgage companies are so far removed from those programs that it's taking this long for them to get back into how to do their assumable loans.
So the new buyer, if they want to buy that property, where the seller, it's written that buyer can buy this property and assume the seller's loan. What do you mean by it's taking 6 months?
The buyer has to qualify through that lender, and that lender is taking that long. It's not like going and getting a brand new mortgage.
It's not the loan.
The servicer.
It depends on the servicer.
Right.
Some servicers might be quicker than others. But basically the seller, it's on them to reach out to their servicer prior to listing their house probably to see what that process looks like to assume an FHA or a VA loan. So that the buyers know what the qualifications
But
are.
FHA loan cannot be assumed.
Yes, it
Yes,
can.
it can. So can a VA.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
VA conventional, they're saying I was told that, and maybe I'm informed incorrectly, that in January, the rule came that you cannot assume an FHA, only you can assume conventional and VA.
Not
I haven't heard.
anything.
I haven't heard that at all.
I've only heard FHA and VA.
Yeah.
We do second loans and HELOCs, so we can meet that gap if people do end up finding a house that works for them, but.
But it's a long time period and that's
It
what's
is.
keeping a lot of people out.
So to close the property for a new buyer who wants to assume the loan, what I'm understanding, it can take them 6 months to close.
It depends on the service.
Depends on the servicer, yeah.
It can take that long.
I
Yeah.
haven't heard that, but.
Talk to your lender.
Yeah.
Find out directly from your lender. Your lender will be able to tell you.
But it's the seller's,
seller's
lender.
lender.
It's the seller's lender.
And here's the problem. Think about it, guys. How many of you have how many of you have a loan right now? How many of you is that loan still with the company that you bought that property with? Right? Do you understand that we're not going to Epic? We're going to Joe Schmo servicing entity that is now servicing that loan. They were never set up half the time to do loans. They're a servicer. So going to the servicer, they're like, how do we do this?
Yeah.
That's
They're
what's
reinventing
taking
their wheel.
a long time to process. Because you can't go to Epic and go, here, Barb, can you help me with this? No, Barb can't. Even if the loan is being serviced by Epic, she can't help. It has to go through the servicing branch of that entity. So that's what's taking the time.
Some
Yes.
of them aren't taking it that long, the 6 months. I would imagine some are, but I have seen other ones close quicker, maybe 60 days.
Yeah.
VA regulates.
Just not as fast as the first loan, new first loan.
What was that,
The
Melissa?
VA regulates 45 days, right, Barb, for a student, the student loan. If they're taking about 60 days for VA.
For the VA.
It's totally like.
And it really
Well,
helps
it's the seller is able to get that information even prior to listing, because sometimes it takes a while just to get that package in the mail on what's, you know, if they need.
And I just give a quick feedback, and I'm not questioning it. It came from a source where I was clearly told that if being an agent, if you personally involved in an assumable loan, which will be an FHA, they are barring the agents to have an FHA loan again.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna stop you right here. Please do me a favor, send that to me instead of spreading something out there. I do not believe that information is accurate.
Okay,
My slide said it all. Please don't pass this information on. Get verification that it is true before you're telling people something that you don't
I'm
know.
not telling, that's why I'm discussing.
But you are sharing something that is may or may not be valid at all. Please stop, all of you. Please, there is so much going out there that people are personally trying to take us down as a real estate industry and scare us from doing our own jobs. Okay, I'm not saying your information is correct or not, but this is what I'm seeing on these websites. When people are posting, I don't know if you guys are following Taylor Swift and stuff. It is absolutely ridiculous, the number of posts that you read them and then you look at the fonts, right? Look at the fonts. The fonts in what is spelled out is all different fonts. These are joke sites that are or clickbait, trying to get you to click through. We are seeing this in real estate, okay? We are seeing it all over in real estate. Oh my gosh, this is happening. You can't do this. You know, the Department of Real Estate is doing this. Folks, we're connected to the Department of Real Estate. We get information updates. We're sending that stuff to you. Please online, watch what you are reading. Please do not pass that on. Please contact me if you have something that you're concerned about. We'll get an answer for you, okay? But if you're talking to a lender over here that has not heard anything on a change with FHA loans, that's the person I would be going to first. Because if there was a change with FHA loans, our lenders would have been notified of that in December, that there was an upcoming change with some status with FHA loans. So please think about that when we're doing this. You have resources all around you to get factual information. Okay, that's why we rely on the Arizona Association of Realtors, our local associations, and the National Association. They get us changes in legal situations that are happening all across the country. But FHA is a national thing. We would have heard something, and I may be wrong, maybe we didn't, but at least let's find that out before we spread some misinformation. But let me get to Joni here. She had her hand up earlier.
So I just want to get back to Roberta.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
I just want to say that, I watched the Zoom thing
Yes.
yesterday. And after that, I had some questions and I actually called Roberta and I don't use Rock Title. She
Yes.
was so kind
Yeah.
enough to return my call and give me very helpful information. So even if you aren't using her, she is actually very kind and has been very helpful and sent me an email.
Don't believe everything you hear about her.
So thank you.
Those are good rumors to spread. And I want to throw in real quick that we do offer 50% on our escrow fee to both buyer and seller if you put it in your listing. I'm seeing more and more of you guys doing it and I appreciate it.
Can we say that in our listing? That there's-
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that was again a false thing that was sent out there, folks. That is not true. You can still say that that is available.
And the wording's
is-
there.
It's if the buyer selects it, and you can still counter it if you want to. That's up to you. Yes, ma'am.
I was gonna ask if you had let everybody know about the rumor I called you about, which was that there is a broker in town who's telling all their agents who cannot say the title officer. So when you get that call, because we've already gotten it, that I got with Melissa, just make sure you tell them that that's a rumor.
Doesn't the
And on
agency cover us that we're affiliated with Rock Title, with, I think?
Yeah, our ABA refers that, but again, we'll have a class on title, but the rumor was that the Department of Real Estate had access to the MLS and was searching through for anybody that posted this. That is absolutely not correct on so many levels. They do not have access to ARMLS. They are not allowed to have that. They go old school. They have to go to the county records to pull any data. There is no way for the department to actually search ARMLS. So that is flat out wrong, okay? But that has nothing to do with the fact that you absolutely can put this on there. You also could put on there, as we discussed in the class on Monday, let's say you have a trust and you have to get, or not a trust, let's say you have an estate and you had to have, there's a personal representative, or maybe there is a specific power of attorney and you needed to have this specific power of attorney drawn up. And by the way, title can draw those up, but it's specific to that title company. There is nothing wrong with you putting in there, title has been opened because legal documents had to be drawn and they are sitting at title. The buyer can say no, that's fine, the buyer can say no. But then you have to have those legal documents redrawn at the other location. At least explain yourself, right? Why you're doing that, because I have had to draw up specific powers of attorney for clients before. So you need that document to move forward. Quick question.
I knew that, I just didn't know that we were allowed to put the 50% discount.
Absolutely, absolutely, that's
good
not a
to
problem.
And Melissa, you do want us to do the ABA ahead of time and put it into the docs anyways now, right?
Yep.
That's helpful.
So, yep, and make sure when you're delivering an offer to a seller, your ABA should be the very first document that goes over. They do not need to sign it. It is for information only, but it should be part of your practice that when you deliver an offer, these are our affiliates. We want the seller to know these are our affiliates, okay? And that may be why, yeah, we have Rock Title listed there. That may be why it is in there. They need to know that. Again, according to the Department of Real Estate, work from the commissioner herself, they do not have to sign our ABA. We just need to make the practice that we're delivering it, and you need to have that in your standard operating procedures, that goes over as that document. In fact, put it in your cover letter. By the way, your top document will be our affiliated business arrangements. These are the companies we do business with. Okay, thank you. Here, give that away to somebody. Oh, and here, you can give that away. Somebody gets a cool rock title. Well, make sure there's nothing written in there, will you?
Right.
Make sure that there's nothing in there. Okay, anybody's, no, it's just a cool notebook. Melissa Gasper wants it back there. All right, real quick, any buyers or sellers? I know we've run way long. So anybody, yep, Sammy.
I've got, 4 listing PRs are signed, are gonna be coming soon over the next few months, so if anybody's looking, Rancho Alta Vita, They're gonna, it's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2702 square feet, full contemporary remodel on the interior, coming soon, March 1st, active. April 1st for 1.7, they like to put it in May. Fairview Place, over by Veterans Memorial, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 38 square feet, 650. Close of escrow on or after July 1, so this is future. And then another one at 44th Street, Union Hills, they're gonna go coming soon, April 1st, with the goal of going active, May 1st, closed, mid to end June for 575. And then the most recent one is going on probably in March for 750,000 in Common Street, South Scottsdale, paper home, 4-bedroom, 1 bath, 2,000 square feet.
If you have not seen a Haver home, folks, you gotta go look at a Haver home. If you're from Arizona, it's amazing.
You can work these timelines, we'll get you under contract, and I am sharing my listing commission and my fee, you will get 3%.
Well, I don't have 4 listings coming up, but I have one.
Go ahead,
And
Mark.
it should be listed this weekend around 94th Street and Sweetwater. It's a single level, a little under 1,800 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, remodeled. And it should be right around 750.
All right.
And then I have a fire need.
Yes.
Okay, McCormick Ranch, up to 1/4. 2,800 square feet, 4-bedroom, doesn't have to be remodeled, it just has to be nice. And,
Okay, so I would recommend if you're not in the Scottsdale Facebook group, I would try to go join that group as well, not the North Scottsdale, but Scottsdale. Since it's in McCormick Ranch, you might have some luck putting some, but I would also post it on the one exclusives just to see if something's coming soon. I think it's a little harder because I don't think agents go on there to look for buyers. I think they go on there looking for listings, but you might throw it out there just to see if you get any response. Does everybody know we have a one exclusive Facebook group? If you have a property coming soon, it must go on one exclusives. It cannot go on our personal Facebook group, okay? Even though it's a private Facebook group, we have title escrow, we have other people that are not realtors, and that's why we can't have the coming soon there. Yes.
yeah, I feel different for all that. So I have a nice little 3-bedroom townhome in Las Cruces, that you would at this northern city. It's really rare, single level, right near the office and the pool, probably the nicest.
So a 3-bedroom at Las Brisas, what's the list price? 370?
So it's, they're ended up getting it ready.
Coming soon.
Where is that?
Las 7th Street Northern.
Nice, they go in and out of there quick. So,
Okay, so I may have a buyer for that.
1,230.
Okay. Yes.
I have 2, I have one on 51st and Indian School, First Avenue,
51st Avenue in Indian School.
3 bedrooms and a family room.
3 bedrooms and a family room.
Sorry, how many square feet? 1,500.
1,500 square feet. Okay.
I have a mobile home coming up.
And a mobile home,
Grand, in Asia, about 700 square feet.
700 square feet in Mesa. How much?
Yes.
Lease land, how much?
50.
$50,000? Okay, mobile home.
That's a beautiful remodel. It's remodel, it's very nice, and it's a 55 and over community.
55 over
It's the
community.
one right
Okay.
there on Country Club and close to me.
Okay.
Very good.
What's the month gonna be? Is that-
710 a month.
Square footage is about. No?
I have a listing coming up in Mesa, so it will be around 450 to 465, fully remodeled home, all new backyard with new pavers, complete remodel, so. In that neighborhood, mostly the homes are without an interior laundry room, but in this seller did a full remodel, there was space, they did a full new inside laundry room, so just a gorgeous home. It will be coming in one lot. Then one I have listing in Sun City Reds. It's been reduced from 425 to 389, but they got this home just haven't had a big,
Okay.
I've got a large family home with Surprise, Greenway, west of the 303.
like over 4,000 square feet, 4.5 bedrooms, lots of bathrooms, lots of bedrooms. Law, and this master suite has its own separate law, so it's in the master suite. It is amazing if you have parents who want their own privacy or their own office or that like getaway, it's really fabulous.
How far out in Surprise?
Like 183rd Avenue and Greenway. Backs to green area, beautiful pool, you know, it's very lovely home, it's really big. And I don't know price yet, we're gonna go on in April, probably around 700,000.
Okay.
That area is booming.
Yeah, it's booming a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, at Waddell and the 303, which is just south
Yeah.
of there, there's a Cooper's Hawk, there's all kinds of things popping up.
Okay, real quick question, folks. March 12th or March 19th, how many of you have kids in the PV school district, or maybe Scott, that are on spring break on the 12th? Do you want me to bump this meeting? The last time we were up against the fall break, it seemed like we had a whole lot of people missing, so I just don't want to do that again. I mean, we had a great turnout today. Love to see this again. You tell me whether you want the 12th or the 19th. I'm gonna be here, doesn't matter. 19th?
I would say, but the 19th would be.
19th, okay.
Mike?
Well, I want to make sure people are here. Right, yeah, we're out of town, yes, sir.
So I don't have a listing fortunately, but I do have, if anybody has clients that are in need of a garage door, like maintenance, repair or replacement, I've got a really good guy
Awesome,
and I can leave some cards.
okay, that'd be great. All right, thank you, guys. Oh, yes, Boz.
One last thing, guys, one of the things I would do in community, we do a lot of community events, a lot of community work. What we're doing now is we are doing the Dress for Success with across different businesses, actual real estate. And for anybody that would like to donate any used clothes that they don't no longer use or anything like that.
That'd be great.
You can reach out to me. We're gonna collect as much clothes as we can between for the month of March. And then on February in a location, we're gonna have where people can come and get a change of clothes. A lot of people are just sometimes struggling to buy some good clothes or job interviews or things like that, or sometimes just for work. So if anybody needs clothes, they can come and pick it up at the event, take one or two changes of clothes. And then whatever's
That's
left that didn't get donated, well, we're gonna donate it to Goodwill.
I work with different stuff,
Mhm.
and the ladies there.
Yeah, this one we're doing it externally. This one is ourselves doing it, organizing the whole team. And also, we have a we have the Wolfpack training that is open to all the agents. Well, one of the things we concentrate on is what can we train you on, what can we teach you that will literally make up money difference today. Think about it as a sandbox. We do a lot of role playing, we do a lot of things. We take a lot of trainings, we go through these meetings and we learn a lot. And if you're waiting to get to your client in order to practice it, it's too late. Right? More than likely that can cost you like, if your price range is $700,000, 3% of that, it can cost you that much in money.
Sure.
Right? So if you have a free sandbox and with a group of people that are really gonna push you and you're gonna learn from each other, it's kind of like what we do on Wolfpack Wednesdays. And next Wednesday, we're gonna train on Metricool. We use a lot of AI. We use a lot of systems, and we're gonna train in Metricool. It's a software that you can pretty much put all your social media posts in advance for like 2 months. And it's a free software, right?
Amazing.
I've gotten 12 clients from social media in the last 2 weeks. And we got some really, really good traction. And I come from advertisement. I sell advertisement. I can sell you my services if you like. If that puts a fire under you. The accountability, or they like to do it, but these trainings we do it for free collaboration, and it's open to everyone in Real Tomorrow Group. But in one client has a value of $12,000, $13,000, $15,000, $20,000 commission, right? if this client would have come through advertisement, when you were paying radio or paying anything else, it would have cost you like $2,000 just to acquire one client. Through social media, you can 10x that for free. And so if you're interested in something like that, we'll send it out, I'll send it to the list.
Sure. That's great. Thank you, guys. I know we ran really, really long. Catherine is over here, so if you want to do something with a Mugger Slugger, thank you guys for hanging on online. We'll see you next month. Let me end that so I.